An HTTP cookie, also called web cookie, internet cookie, browser cookie, or simply cookie, is a small piece of data stored on the user's computer by the web browser while browsing a website. Cookies were designed to be a reliable mechanism for websites to remember stateful information, such as items added in the shopping cart in an online store, or to record the user's browsing activity, including clicking particular buttons, logging in, or recording which pages were visited in the past. They can also be used to remember pieces of information that the user previously entered into form fields, such as names, addresses, passwords, and payment card numbers. Cookies perform essential functions in the modern web. Perhaps most importantly, authentication cookies are the most common method used by web servers to know whether the user is logged in or not and which account they are logged in with. Without such a mechanism, the site would not know whether to send a page containing sensitive information or require the user to authenticate themselves by logging in. The security of an authentication cookie generally depends on the security of the issuing website and the user's web browser, and on whether the cookie data is encrypted. Security vulnerabilities may allow a cookie's data to be read by a hacker, used to gain access to user data, or used to gain access with the user's credentials to the website to which the cookie belongs. Types of computer cookies. There are three main types of computer cookies: session, persistent, and third-party. These virtually invisible text files are all very different, each with their own mission. These cookies are made to track, collect, and store any data that companies request. Session cookies. Session cookies are temporary cookies that memorize your online activities. Since websites have no sense of memory, without these cookies, your site browsing history would always be blank. In fact, with every click you would make, the website would treat you as a completely new visitor. A good example of how session cookies are helpful is online shopping. When you're shopping online, you can check out at any time. That's because session cookies track your movement. Without these cookies, whenever you would go to checkout, your cart would be empty. Ultimately, session cookies help you maneuver through the internet by remembering your actions, and they expire as soon as you close out of a web page. Persistent cookies, also known as first-party cookies, work by tracking your online preferences. When you visit a website for the first time, it is at its default setting. But if you personalize the site to fit your preferences, persistent cookies will remember and implement those preferences the next time you visit the website. This is how computers remember and store your login information, language selections, menu preferences, internal bookmarks, and more. Persistent, permanent, and stored cookies are terms used interchangeably, as these cookies are stored in your hard disk for, typically, a long period of time. The cookie's timeline will vary depending on the expiration date. But once that date is reached, the cookie will be deleted, along with everything you customized. Luckily, websites prefer to employ a long lifespan so that users can make the most of their personal preferences. Third-party cookies. Third-party cookies, also referred to as tracking cookies, collect data based on your online behavior. When you visit a website, third-party cookies collect various types of data that are then passed on or sold to advertisers by the website that created the cookie. Tracking your interests, location, age, and search trends, these cookies collect information so that marketers can provide you with custom advertisements. These are the ads that appear on websites you visit and display content relevant to your interests. By tracking your habits and providing targeted ads, third-party cookies serve a useful purpose for marketers but can seem pesky and intrusive to internet users. That's why you have the option to block them.